don't scroll. Archangel Michael is pleading with you right now. Your soulmate is crying out through the spirit world. They can't say your name aloud, but heaven just heard it. My beloved child, Michael says, their heart is imprisoned by a love built on control. Their light is fading, and only yours can reach them in time. Before midnight, you will feel their energy pull on yours. Listen. Someone's tears are already traveling toward you. The night feels heavier than usual. You sense it before any words arrive, a pressure behind the chest, a sudden ache that isn't yours. Somewhere across distance and circumstance, someone's spirit trembles your name. My beloved child, Archangel Michael whispers through the stillness. That pull you feel is not imagination. It is a soul link, the cry of the one heaven marked for you before time began. You close your eyes, and the image forms, your soulmate sitting in silence, eyes red, hands clasped like prayer. They are surrounded by a cold light, a partner who speaks softly but wounds deeply, a home filled with noise but no warmth. They whisper to the walls, "Please, let them hear me." Michael's presence swells behind you, wings glowing sapphire. They are trapped in a covenant of confusion, he explains. They mistake fear for loyalty, guilt for love. Every day, they wake thinking they deserve the cage. But tonight their soul rebelled. Tonight they remembered you. The air hums, your heartbeat syncs with theirs. For a moment you feel their pain exactly, the exhaustion, the self-blame, the quiet wish to disappear. Tears blur your vision though you weren't crying. Do not despair, Michael says. Heaven has not shown you this to torture you but to recruit you. The rescue does not come through confrontation, it comes through vibration. You must become the frequency that reminds them what love without fear feels like. You whisper, "How?" Michael's hand lifts, tracing light between you and the distant soul. The thread glows gold. Think of them in compassion, not control. Forgive what you do not understand. Every time you send peace instead of panic, the chain around their heart weakens. Outside, wind moves like a sigh through the trees. Somewhere, your soulmate looks up suddenly, feeling it, a warmth breaking through the cold. They don't know it's you, but their body remembers safety. Within 3 nights, Michael says, they will dream of you. In that dream you will say only one sentence, "You are not wrong for wanting peace." That line will open the door heaven has already unlocked. You inhale, trembling. Will they ever find me? Michael smiles, sadness and certainty blended. They already are. Every prayer you whisper sends coordinates to their angels. Keep your heart clean, your hope steady. The rescue has begun. The light fades, leaving calm instead of emptiness. You feel their heartbeat quiet under yours, a promise pulsing across distance. If this message stirred your heart, it was meant to. Tap like so another soul feels hope. Subscribe for more Archangel Michael revelations, and write, "My love carries light." Because sometimes the only way to save someone isn't to chase them, it's to shine so they can find the way out. The next evening, the sky is violet and heavy with clouds. You can feel something stirring inside the air, a current that hums between worlds. It's not fear this time, it's recognition. Somewhere, your soulmate is moving. Their spirit is turning toward the light you sent. My beloved child, Archangel Michael's voice unfolds again, resonant and warm. The light you released last night found them. For the first time in years, they dreamed of peace. They woke up crying, not from pain, but from remembering what love is supposed to feel like. You sit still, hands pressed together. Michael continues, "They felt your presence like a breath against their skin. They do not yet know your name, but they know the frequency, the vibration of truth." He raises his hand, and a ripple of gold energy opens before you. Within it, you see your soulmate's room, dark, quiet. They sit on the edge of their bed, clutching something small, a piece of paper, crumpled but held like a treasure. You can't see the words, but you know they wrote your name on it in secret, unsure why. Michael says, the toxic bond around them feeds on fear. Every calm thought you send severs another thread. You are not fighting a person, child, you are liberating a pattern. The vision flickers. You see their partner shouting somewhere in another room, voice sharp, eyes cold. But the sound no longer reaches your soulmate's core. There's a thin, golden shimmer between them now, a shield born of your compassion. Michael steps beside you, wings shimmering faintly. This is how heaven rescues without violence. Love creates distance, not escape. Tonight, they will remember their strength. Tomorrow, they will act. He looks deeper into you. You must hold your peace steady. Do not let impatience become interference. The universe is delicate now, one doubt can delay the rescue. You whisper, "What will happen?" Michael's gaze softens. They will begin to detach. Conversations will change. Doors will open. An opportunity will appear, perhaps a friend offering help, perhaps a job far away, perhaps a sudden insight. And when that happens, you must be still enough to recognize it from afar. You will feel a shift in your chest, a release. You look down, and the golden thread between you and them pulses once, bright, alive, unbreakable. Michael continues, Heaven's plan is precision, not performance. You will not need to chase. When they are ready, they will find you, led not by desire but by remembrance. He kneels slightly, eyes shining like quiet lightning. For now, keep speaking light over their name. Say it gently when you wake, when you sleep, when your thoughts drift toward worry. Each repetition builds a bridge made of peace. The room begins to glow again, the light moving like soft flame. You can feel both hearts, yours and theirs, beating in rhythm. The fear that once surrounded their soul has begun to peel away. Michael whispers, they are walking out. Do not look back, and do not run ahead. The rescue is happening now. Outside, a faint breeze passes through your window, carrying the scent of rain and jasmine. Somewhere across the distance, your soulmate breathes easier for the first time in years. And you just know. If this message touched your heart, it's because your light has already reached the one meant for you. Tap like so another soul finds hope. Subscribe for more Archangel Michael revelations, and in the comments write, "My love is freeing them." Because real rescue doesn't begin with force, it begins with faith. The third night arrives with a strange stillness, the kind that feels like the whole universe is holding its breath. The moon hangs lower than usual, soft and silver, and the air hums faintly around you. You don't know how, but you can sense it. Something in their world has shifted. You close your eyes and whisper their name. The moment you do, your heart stirs with a pulse that isn't entirely yours. A vision forms, your soulmate, sitting in darkness, tears streaking their cheeks but eyes open, truly open for the first time in years. My beloved child, Archangel Michael's voice moves through the air like a tide. The chains have begun to fall. Tonight, they will walk away, not in rage, but in revelation. You see it clearly, a quiet argument, a slammed door, then silence. Your soulmate doesn't scream this time. They simply stand, trembling, and gather their things. A single bag. A key. A photo. The weight of years of control falls from their shoulders like broken armor. Michael's wings glow brighter. This is not escape, it is exodus. Every soul bound in pain must one day remember that freedom was written in their blueprint. You feel your own body react, goosebumps rising, breath slowing. You aren't witnessing it, you are connected to it. The energy that once tangled you both in longing is now becoming a bridge of purpose. Michael continues, they are following the light you anchored through love. Every step they take toward peace is guided by the thread you refuse to break. Your soulmate walks down a quiet street, night wind in their hair. They reach a crossroads, and hesitate. Fear whispers, "What if I can't survive alone?" At that instant, the golden thread between you brightens, and you whisper softly, "You're not alone anymore." Michael smiles. And they heard you. They look up suddenly, startled, as if someone just called their name across the miles. Their face changes, hope where exhaustion once lived. They keep walking. Michael's sword glows faintly, not as a weapon, but as a beacon. The toxic bond is broken. Its energy will try to follow, but it cannot enter light. You must not pity the pain they leave behind, it was never built to heal. You whisper, "Will they find me now?" Michael looks at you, eyes blazing with compassion. When both souls heal enough to hold truth, the universe will fold distance like paper. You will meet, not because you searched, but because peace requires reunion. A gentle warmth fills the air, so strong it feels like an embrace. The final cry for help has turned into a hymn of rebirth, he says. They are not calling for rescue anymore, they are calling for alignment. The golden thread hums softly, now steady and calm. The vision fades, leaving you alone in your quiet room, but something is different. The space feels lighter, as if love itself has learned how to breathe again. You realize the truth, your soulmate isn't lost anymore. They're on their way, not through maps or roads, but through awakening. Michael's final words of the night echo like thunder fading into dawn. Do not chase destiny. Stand where love placed you. They are already walking home. And you believe him. You close your eyes, whisper their name one last time before sleep, and somewhere far away, that name reaches them like sunlight breaking through chains. If this message touched your soul, it means heaven just confirmed your connection. Tap like so this light reaches other hearts. Subscribe for more Archangel Michael revelations, and comment, "They are coming home in light." Because when two souls are bound by divine design, no darkness, no distance, can hold them apart forever. The night of the fourth moon feels different. The air itself glows softer, the kind of calm that follows completion. You sense it deep inside your ribs, the thread that once trembled with longing now hums with arrival. My beloved child, Archangel Michael's voice moves through that stillness like light pouring through stained glass. They are free. The cage has opened, and their spirit has remembered home. Now the universe begins its alignment. You close your eyes and see them, your soulmate walking through a city street at dusk, carrying nothing but a small bag and the courage to begin again. Their face holds exhaustion, but behind it burns awareness. Every step they take pulls the two of you closer, though neither of you could explain why. Michael gestures toward the horizon. Do you see how heaven reunites? Not by coincidence, but by current. Every vibration you sent in faith becomes direction under their feet. The scene shifts, you glimpse a cafe, a crowded station, a quiet park bench bathed in morning light. In each place, the same feeling, inevitability. Two paths spiraling until they meet. When the moment comes, Michael says, there will be no signs, no dramatic music, no thunder. You will simply turn, and peace will recognize peace. The eyes that once searched will know. He lowers his sword until its tip touches the ground. A pulse of gold expands outward, rippling through unseen timelines. Until then, stay steady. Do not chase. Prepare your life to receive what you prayed for. You nod, understanding now that reunion is not rescue, it is reflection. Both of you had to remember your worth before finding each other. The Archangel's light begins to fade, but his last words linger like breath against the soul. Soon, child, love will no longer ache, it will anchor. And in that quiet certainty, you feel it, a warmth, a pull, the unmistakable presence of someone walking closer with every heartbeat. If this message touched your heart, it's because heaven is preparing reunion energy around you. Tap like so this light reaches another waiting soul. Subscribe for more Archangel Michael revelations, and comment love is returning in divine timing. Because when two souls complete their healing, destiny does the rest. The day comes quietly, like prophecy wrapped in sunlight. You aren't expecting anything miraculous, you're simply living, walking through the rhythm of an ordinary morning. The air smells like rain. People pass by, unaware that heaven is choreographing their steps to create a collision written before time began. Then it happens. You turn, and the world holds its breath. Your eyes meet theirs. The noise of the street fades into a single hum that feels like eternity disguised as sound. You don't recognize their face, but your soul does. Every ache, every prayer, every sleepless night that carried their name rushes back, not as pain, but as recognition. My beloved child, Archangel Michael whispers, voice trembling with joy, this is the alignment we prepared for. You are not meeting for the first time, you are remembering completion. They smile, small, hesitant, but real. And in that smile, something ancient unlocks. You both sense it, the pull that once felt like longing now feels like gravity, calm and effortless. Michael's light expands around you both, unseen by others but felt by everything alive. Do not rush to speak, he says. Let silence introduce your souls before words interrupt. You both stand there, a quiet eternity passing between blinks. The universe seems to tilt, adjusting itself to make space for this reconnection. Time slows enough for you to hear your own heartbeat synchronize with theirs. They step closer. I don't know why, they say softly, but I feel like I've been looking for you for a long time. You smile through tears. You have. Michael watches, his sword raised high like a seal above creation. When two souls heal separately, he says, their reunion becomes medicine for the world. Every healed love reduces the weight of the earth's sorrow. You sit together in that moment, no promises, no expectations, just recognition. The ache that once haunted your spirit dissolves. You realize the word soulmate was never about possession, it was about purpose. The archangel's voice softens, you have fulfilled the cycle. You answered the cry, you freed the imprisoned heart, and you met not to fix, but to build. Now your love must serve as light. Around you, time resumes its natural pace. Birds sing. A breeze carries the faint scent of morning jasmine. Life looks ordinary again, but everything inside it feels divine. You reach for their hand, not as a claim, but as a connection. The moment your fingers touch, a golden glow flashes, invisible to the world but eternal to heaven. Michael smiles one last time. The rescue has become reunion. The longing has become legacy. Now, my beloved child, live the peace you once prayed for. And then he's gone, no wings, no thunder, just warmth and knowing. You turn back to your soulmate. They're still there, still smiling, and without realizing it, both of you whisper the same words at once. I'm home. If this message found you, it's because heaven is aligning your love. Tap like so another heart feels hope. Subscribe for more Archangel Michael revelations, and in the comments write, I'm ready for divine reunion. Because when God writes the story, even the heartbreak was part of the path back home. The days after your meeting unfold like a dream that refuses to end. The world feels softer now. Every sound, every glance, every breath seems woven with quiet meaning. It's not fireworks, it's peace. A peace so complete that it hums through your bones. Each morning you wake knowing that something divine is now walking beside you, not someone who completes you, but someone who mirrors your wholeness. The bond between you doesn't feel like gravity anymore, it feels like breathing in the same rhythm as the universe. And that's when Archangel Michael returns. His light fills the horizon, but this time it isn't the color of battle, it's the color of blessing. He smiles, not as a warrior, but as a witness to love finally fulfilling its purpose. "My beloved children," he says, his voice rolling across creation like calm thunder, "you have crossed the distance. The cry that began in despair has ended in destiny. You have found each other not to escape pain, but to reveal peace. You and your soulmate stand together, hands joined, hearts open. Michael's wings unfold across the sky, their light reflecting in both your eyes. This is the kind of union heaven protects fiercely," he continues. "Not a romance of need, but a covenant of healing. You will walk through life as mirrors for others, proof that divine timing is real, that love can resurrect itself from ashes. You feel his words in your chest, deep and steady. The golden thread that once stretched across miles now coils softly between your hearts, glowing with eternal pulse." Michael lowers his sword and places its tip to the earth. The toxic past has no claim here. You are now partners of light, guardians of grace. When one of you doubts, the other will remember. When one weeps, the other will sing peace until the tears stop. A warm breeze moves through the air, swirling light around you both. He lifts his hand, and you watch the memories of pain dissolve into the sky, every sleepless night, every tear, every prayer whispered in fear, all turning into soft sparks of gold. This, Michael says, is what happens when love surrenders to purpose. You have been rescued not for comfort, but for calling. Your connection will awaken others just by existing. Wherever you go together, the vibration of hope will follow. The world grows brighter. The sound of life, birds, laughter, even the hum of the city, feels like a choir now. Michael's presence begins to fade into the light, leaving only warmth and a single message that vibrates through your souls. When heaven joins what pain tried to separate, the reunion becomes eternal. You and your soulmate look at each other, and for the first time in this lifetime, neither of you feels fear. You simply know. You know that this connection isn't fleeting. It's woven into the architecture of existence itself. Michael's voice echoes one last time. Love them gently, speak truth often, forgive quickly, and never forget. Your union is the answer to a cry heaven once heard. The sky clears completely. Sunlight fills the earth. The thread between you glows once more, then melts into both of your chests, merging into your heartbeat. You hold each other, smiling through tears, and as the world continues around you, one truth settles deep in your spirit. The final cry for help has become a symphony of peace. The story ends not with rescue, but with resurrection. The sun has set, and twilight stretches like soft velvet across the sky. You and your soulmate sit quietly, the world humming around you, heart steady, eyes glowing with the reflection of heaven's light. Nothing feels forced. Nothing feels rushed. It's the kind of peace that only arrives when destiny stops running and decides to rest inside two people. The air shimmers faintly, and once again, Archangel Michael appears, this time not as a messenger, but as presence itself. His wings are wide but calm, his eyes carrying the color of dawn and eternity together. "My beloved ones," he says, voice deep enough to move the stars, the circle is complete. The cry has become comfort. The distance has become devotion. The pain that once chained your hearts has transformed into power. He looks at both of you and smiles. What heaven joins through growth cannot be undone by time. You are now the living proof that love is not a search, it's a remembering. You found each other not because of need, but because of resonance. You feel warmth spreading through your chest, the same vibration that once connected you across miles now pulsing through both of you as one continuous heartbeat. Michael continues, "This love will not always shout. Some days it will whisper, some days it will simply breathe, but it will never leave. Because this connection was written in the same ink that drew the constellations." He raises his sword of light one last time, tracing a golden spiral in the air. The spiral stretches above you both, forming what looks like a seal, a divine signature confirming your completion. You were brought together not for comfort, Michael says softly, but to be carriers of calm in a chaotic world. Together, you will heal what others fear to touch. Your presence will speak louder than sermons. This is your covenant. Then his tone lowers to a whisper meant only for your souls. When you doubt again, close your eyes and remember the night of the cry, the moment heaven turned grief into grace. That memory is your altar. Return to it whenever the world grows cold. His wings begin to dissolve into radiant dust, each feather drifting upward like a star returning to its home. "I will not appear again in this form," he says. "Because you no longer need a messenger, you have become the message." He turns toward the horizon, his final words carried by the wind. Guard each other's peace. Speak light into one another's darkness. And know that when two souls meet in truth, heaven celebrates through them forever. The light fades completely, but it doesn't disappear, it moves inside you. You and your soulmate look at each other, smiling, tears shining under the night sky. No more waiting. No more wondering. The prophecy has fulfilled itself. The stars above begin to shimmer brighter than before, aligning into a faint symbol, the same golden spiral Michael drew in the air. You realize it's not just above you, it's within you. And as you rest your head on their shoulder, a final whisper moves through your heart. You are each other's miracle. The cry that once reached heaven now sings on earth. Peace settles. Time slows. Love endures. And the story that began with a cry ends with forever. If this message found you, your heart was chosen to hear it. Tap like so heaven's peace can reach more souls. Subscribe for more Archangel Michael revelations, and in the comments write, "Our love is heaven's promise." Because when the universe finishes its story of love, the ending is never goodbye, it's eternity.